We're going to do it, honey. I'm delighted to be doing it.
Oh my gosh, it is an honor.
This is the best.
No, this is an honor to be with you. I got a little emotional. I know my assistant's here, my husband's here. As we put that together with the new flyer talking about Brian McKenna Day and that music, and I want that music to not be a sad thing, but inspirational.
That's right.
Right? And you and I talked about how you said no more tears.
No, it's true. I have done, I said that on the show. I've done the morning. I'm finished with it. Now I'm celebrating his life. And that's what I'm doing every day.
Yep. That's what he would want, right?
Oh, definitely.
He would want that from all of us. And all of you,
everyone.
I want to welcome you all in. So we've been talking about, you have to understand that this means a lot, right? To be in the chair that Brian sat in, to understand that he's not with us anymore. And we've all gone through the why. We've all gone through the tears. And so today we took, and the thumbnail that goes on today's show says, keeping the vibe alive, right?
That's right.
This says your vibe attracts your tribe.
And that's great.
But he wants us to keep it alive.
He does.
And that's what we're going to do today. So she wanted to do one final show. And Stephanie, I have to thank Stephanie so much. She's been so instrumental in making sure that Babs came into the studio with us. And then that this show could happen. And, you know, it's been incredible to know that you wanted to do this. And I had reached out right after it happened because you were like all of us, right? You were the first person I thought of. And then I had sent you a friend request a while back and I'm like, she hates me.
For some reason, it never took.
So
I kept hitting. Yes, I accept.
Please accept. No, I unfriended and then did it again. And then Stephanie, you made it happen. Yeah. So we did that. And then Stephanie reached out to me. And if you all didn't hear this, Stephanie said, hey, you know, if you can't, you can't, but can you do me a favor? Babs would really like to do one more show. And my Jenny will attest to this. She's in studio with me. Yeah. And I literally stopped and I got really emotional. I'm like, oh my gosh. And she goes, what? And I said, Babs wants to do a show. And she's like, okay. And I said, we're doing this. And she's like, why are you getting so emotional? I'm like, because I wanted it to happen. Yeah. You didn't know that.
No, I didn't.
And then Stephanie reached out and I'm so happy that we're doing this. We're going to interact with you. We're going to talk about what your friendship meant. We're going to talk about faith. We're going to talk about family. We're going to talk about the Irish tradition. We're going to do some STDs.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
We're going to do shit to do this weekend that you can do. She says she's not going to do it, but there's a lot that we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about what St. Louis meant to him. We're going to talk about giving back. And I would love to talk to you about what just happened recently in the news that I would have loved to have heard what he would have said.
Well, I watched every minute.
The donuts?
I watched every minute of that.
Ugh.
And I can't tell you, he would have been jettisoned right out of the roof.
Oh, absolutely.
He would have gone right out of the roof because he protected us.
Yes.
Here. And we have two people who still use this like a runway. And it's around 4:00. And if you're here, you'll hear them. And he would go out and he would yell and scream and say, shake his fist and say, this is not a runway.
Right. You got kids. Well, that was the thing. People were coming home for Mother's Day. And I'm like, families are still coming home from visiting mom and grandma. And it's 8:50 at night. So hopefully they were back home. But you're coming out going, what the heck's happening here?
And I resent that. I resent the fact that sets it up that I cannot use this city by myself. I really resent it because when I moved here 15 years ago, it was, iffy. But I had access. I would go into the city by myself. I would go to the music, everything by myself. I can no longer do that.
See, I know. And, Babs, we say the same thing. My mom and you are, I think, right around the same age. Mm-hmm. And my mom grew up in the city, was so proud of the city, South City, right? And then now she talks about going to the Muni with her friends. And my husband's like, nope, don't go in. My husband's an officer. So he's like, you can't do that. And even myself, I'll go into the Fox. I want to go support the city. We don't want it to crumble.
Yeah, exactly. But I want the benefit of looking at, because the art scene here was very strong.
Absolutely.
In all venues, it was very strong, and I took advantage of that for a long time. Yeah. But now I can't, and
it sucks.
I'm from Boston.
Boston,
and I could walk to the city, so I had all of that, and I replicated it here.
Yeah.
So he would have gone right through
Oh, I
the
know.
roof.
I thought of him. He would have gone right through Oh,
the
I know.
roof.
I thought of him right away as soon as I saw it. And if you haven't seen the video, you're gonna get furious, right? As soon as you see it, Holly Hills and Leona, and then I mean, they would. They were also ticked off because they claimed that, and this was proven wrong. They claimed that the police didn't show up.
That's not true.
They did. They did show up.
They did show up.
They
13
weren't in
minutes.
uniform,
That's right.
supposedly, I guess. But they had to go to it. They're so short-handed. And I know Brian was a massive law enforcement supporter.
Massive.
And did obviously so much with the Hero Network. And I love him for that. But yeah, I mean, I watched that and they're saying allegedly that the weapons were being waved around. But such disregard for human life, such a lack of respect for the neighborhood, for police. They fled the scene and then they found them around South Kings Highway, Christie, Burlington parking lot. I was just like, Brian would be so furious. Right?
He would be, and rightly so.
So what would he say? So I did a show about that the other day and had a ton of people writing in. And then unfortunately, and obviously all of you that live in the city, unfortunately, a lot of people were like, yeah, that's why I wouldn't live in the city. I won't go to the city. I won't spend the money. So what do you say to those comments?
Well, that's what's killing the city.
Yeah.
And the loss of people living downtown is extraordinary. It's like dead.
It is. Well, according to what depending, I should say, on where you go by typing in the most dangerous cities.
That's right.
St. Louis was number two on the list, next to either Detroit or Memphis.
That's right.
It used to, I mean, I grew up here. I grew up in North County. I grew up in Florissant and was always very, very proud. But we used to say, oh, yeah, we're from St. Louis, whether it's county or city or whether you were in St. Charles County. You just said, I'm from St. Louis.
Yeah, and you would, and your first response now is, oh,
yeah,
oh no, I would never.
We were in Mexico, in Cabo San Lucas, everybody, and after like Ferguson happened, or maybe it was like the Stockley verdict, if you all remember that. Mm-hmm. He's like, don't tell anybody where we're from. He's like, no, don't tell anybody, because you literally now say you're from Missouri, and people are like, St. Louis? And I was like, well, it could be anywhere in the state. But
I would be very reluctant. I still Zoom with high school people. I have 9 of us who are still friends.
Yeah.
We Zoom once a month. I would be very, very, I would not invite him here.
See?
He came once, maybe 6 years ago, loved it.
Yeah.
But I would not do it now because
you're fearful something would happen, right?
Right. And
Hey, everybody. Okay, so an afternoon show, right? The Real Monica Adams show with a combination of oh, yeah, she's getting sexy over here. Here, I'll fix it.
Don't worry.
Hey, it's the Real Monica Adams show and the Real Dad show. No, see, but that's why we have people to take. Her stylist is here. You want to give a shout out to your stylist?
My stylist, she is. And she got this.
Would you give her, say hello to everybody?
Hello, Elena.
Elena. Come on over here, Elena. This is her stylist. Look at, I love.
Hello.
Hi.
She's wonderful. Absolutely fabulous. If I had known about her years ago, I would have done it.
So we always love to say, what's Bab wearing? What are you wearing, Babs?
I am wearing a soft surroundings dress, which I saw on Facebook, I think. And I said to her, can we get this? And she said, yeah, I'll get it. And I said, you're sure you can get it? So she did, and I love it. It's comfy,
stylish.
And it's great. I love it.
So Soft Surroundings, didn't she buy it online? Because I think they closed, didn't they? They were in the Boulevard area.
Yes. They were right across from the Galleria.
They were, not anymore.
I know. So you bought it online?
Online, yeah.
And then what about this adorable necklace you have on?
Oh, this is a Nantucket basket. I wove Nantucket baskets for someone who sold them on the island. She designed them. And I wove over 100. And they gave this as a gift to me. It was made by a master basket maker on Nantucket called Knapp Plank. He made every single part of this.
That craftsmanship.
And he signed it. It's just fabulous.
Well, I love it. It's like a basket of hope.
Yeah, it is. Really, really. So, they're all over the place,
I walked in and she was like, welcome to my home. And then she was like, there's a shrine everywhere. And I was like, yeah, I love that it's a shrine.
And something, Brian's brother, Donnie, said to me 2 days after Brian's accident, he said, is there anything you want from his house? And I said, no. And so the next day I said, yeah, there is. I want that photo that you took that's on his stair landing. He said, well, where are you going to put it? I said, out there. He said, oh, contraire, dear. He said, it's too big. Oh, I said, that's disappointing. He said, but the good news is I have the negative. So he took it down and he made that for me. And then he said, do you want another one or something else? He's a photographer and he goes around the country. And if he sees something, architecturally, he does it. And he got this one, which was done in New Orleans.
How cool.
How cool is that?
Yes.
So he framed both of them. And then he came with his brother to hang the mirror. And I watched him and I said, he's not going to like this. Because he said, the mirror's too far. We got to move it 6 inches. So they moved it, and there it is.
It looks fantastic.
Isn't it great?
Yes.
Yeah, they're a very creative family.
Well, we're going to talk about family, by the way. And so we would be remiss if we didn't look at comments. So let me see. Let me come up. So I know Brian did this regularly, coming up to the camera, back to the camera, up to the camera, back to the camera. So let's give a shout out to all of you that are watching. First of all, Mary Luley, hello to you. Dave Anthony, hi there, beautiful ladies. Nancy Basler. Yay, it's beautiful Babs.
Thank you, Nancy.
Jenny, of course, is here with us, saying good afternoon, everybody. Debbie Needy, love you, Babs.
Debbie.
Debbie's been watching the show regularly now. We got a new fan in Debbie. I love it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Sheila Godfrey, giving a bunch of love to you.
Thank you, Sheila.
And Catherine Breville, love.
Well, she did. She bought the wine for me.
We're gonna have some wine in just a second. She can't drink. What are we gonna give you? Water?
I've got
grape
water.
juice. Pretend wine.
Water is fine.
Missy says she still hasn't accepted her friend request. You haven't accepted Missy's, evidently. We got to make that happen. I'll make sure I hit the button, Missy. You will become friends before we leave here today.
We'll be friends.
Julie Purcell, good afternoon. Susan Mertz. Hi, ladies. So good to see you both.
She's been around here.
Jill Wolkin says, so glad you ladies are doing this. We all needed the closure.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. We knew that. Susie Brockman's given some love. Lisa, is it Fujawa? Do we know? Does anybody know? Lisa Carson Fujawa.
Yeah, she's watched before.
Oh, Duke's Playground. So shout out to you. So he said you did a fabulous job, Elena, with her fashion. Rich, by the way, do you like deer sausage?
Oh, I do.
All right, we're going to give Bab some of this. So Rich gave us some, and I was like, well, hey, there's no better time to break it out.
Well, that's great.
So we got some deer sausage. He said it's really good with wine. And so we got to thank Elena. She put this all together for us. She's like, stylish woman and charcuterie. Look at master. I mean, come on. You would pay about $50 for that. It's all about charcuterie. How's this look to you? I'm going to let you have the first bite of deer sausage. Brian, what do you think about this, huh? Deer sausage, and we've got some cheese. Now, do you like spice? Is it good? Oh, there you go. Rich, she loves it.
Oh, it's out of this world.
Oh, okay. So we're going to try this. Do you like any kind of spice? Because if you don't, I don't think you want these peppers.
Well, I'm not going to eat it because I'm messy. But I don't mind. I like spice.
It's okay. Hey, we don't care about mess. We're going to get you a napkin. You're good. If you like spice, so these peppers, we're going to get you to taste these peppers. They got a little spice, a little sweetness to them. It's kind of like a mixture of Babs. A little spice, a little sweet.
Yeah, that's right.
Jesse, are the BB shirts for sale somewhere? No. They are not. Okay. Dave Anthony, Babalicious.
That's right.
Wow.
Okay,
all right. Carol, so glad you're doing this with Babs, Monica. It's so good to see her. She's an amazing lady. We all need this. Perhaps it will bring closure.
Yeah.
That's what we're hoping for. Oh, I got chill. Sending hugs. Marietta Divine. By the way, woman's amazing. If you're big into faith and you're big into journaling, she has got the Girl of Prayer. It is the coolest. It's a journal about this big. And you just flip through it and kind of it guides you through the journaling aspect in faith.
You mentioned it.
Yes, she was on the show. Yeah. Marietta Divine.
Yeah.
Girl of Prayer. And now she's got a billboard. The girl's big.
Wow,
we got to get Babs a billboard. She's like, okay. Anne Clark, hello from the West Wing.
There she is over there. She's
Are we doing
there.
okay? Can you hear us?
I am.
Rosie Pass. Hi, Babs and Monica.
Hi, Rosie.
Ashley Stephanie. Love from Filoni's.
Filoni's. Thank you.
Love it. Robin Porer said, good to see you both. Melinda Hubbard. Hi, Babs. Big hugs to you. Great to see you. Christina Lofstedt. Hello, Babs. So good to see you. Yeah. Rose Presley. Love you two women. We love you, Rose. A slice of, that's right. Darn it. He said a slice of apple goes great with that deer sausage and wine.
I bet, but that is terrific.
Hey, we don't need it then. We just
my son in Boston is a deer hunter,
and so
and he
that's good stuff.
yeah, and he puts it in the freezer. He has you have what he's doing, and so he'll be very interested in this.
Yeah, we'll leave something. Can he come in and have some? Can we send some to him? Rich, we need to send some to him. Missy said Brian is loving every minute of this.
Yeah, he is.
Brian tried, by the way, to have a technical difficulty before we went on.
Oh, indeed.
We're going to talk about how many times they had technical difficulties.
Well, he said only once, and I said, he has to be kidding. Before every show.
Yeah, right?
Every show he had technical difficulties.
It happens, but you know what? And that's a good lesson in life. We got to give ourselves some grace.
That's right.
If it happens, it happens, but that's why we have to be real. Let's see. Ray says, Monica, have Elena make you a dirty martini. Oh, Lord.
Oh, no.
That's my specialty.
It is?
Yes.
Oh, my Lord. Do you understand? I'm going to just be real with you. Saturday night, Babs, we went to Sam's Steakhouse.
Oh,
Let's just get real here.
Yeah.
I might even show you if I have a dirty martini. She's like, no, step back.
And he loved the dirty martini.
Okay, well, we're going to have dirty martini then. So here's the deal. We go to Sam's Steakhouse. So shout out to Sam's Steakhouse. Great place, right? And Jim, my husband, likes to start before we have any wine or before he has dinner. He has Bombay Sapphire on ice with not one, not two, but 3 olives.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's what he gets. And I'm like, okay, I'll have a martini with blue cheese stuffed olives.
Okay.
And then we bring a couple bottles of wine for this other couple and ourselves, right? So my girlfriend goes, oh, well, if they're going to start with a pretty drink, I want a drink. And so she gets a drink. Then we have dinner. They get this tomahawk, Babs. They swear to God, this steak is this massive with this big bone. I'm like, it looks like Flintstones. It's like Bam Bam.
It was like the rib.
Yes.
Oh
like
my God.
But the funny thing is the video, they put it down in front of her. So everyone was like, did she eat that whole thing? It was like 32 ounces. I was like, no. They shared it. So this music starts to play. So we go into the bar and she orders a chocolate martini. So she orders me one. She wants a different one. She wants a clear martini. So she orders a second. Somehow we make our way into the kitchen talking to the cooks and they give us a shot of tequila. It is a night I don't remember.
I would say with the combination.
Yes, that's the problem.
That's the problem.
It was the mixture.
Yeah, it's the mixture. Once you do that, you've separated.
But we were like, we're all in. Let's go.
Into a whole other level of life.
Do you even know, Babs, and everybody else, how I even know what happened that night? It's all on video. I was like videoing going, oh, dear God, that's when the night went wrong. All right, so Dirty Martini, definitely okay. Mary Lully, Babs, the flowers in the window are gorgeous. So who are these from?
The middle one is from my kids for this day.
Okay.
And Gail, a dear friend who's been instrumental with everyone here taking care of me, she went and she got something that would work on either side.
They're beautiful.
I thought she did a great job. Yeah.
Where are they from? Do you know? Do you know what florist?
This was the middle one was Walter Knoll.
Oh yeah,
and
they
this
do a
was
great job.
Trader Joe's.
Again, great job. I'm going to give a shout out because my husband. Do you know my husband's from the city?
I do.
From South City. Look, she just got really excited. She just like raised her eyebrow because when she was on set and then we walked out, he was in his uniform and she said, and I quote, he can police me any day.
That's right. He can.
Yeah. See, there it is again.
I'm glad.
Yeah. Jenny's like,
I'm a happy person.
my assistant Jenny goes, oh my. She's like, Jim, are you going to come? He goes, yeah. She goes, are you going to wear a uniform? He goes, I don't think that's a good idea. Oh yeah, he was going to wear his robe like Brian.
Oh, that is another story.
Yeah, we're going to figure out where the robe came from. Let's see. The flowers are gorgeous. All right. So Jeannie Stack, hi Babs and Monica. I love this. Deb Gleason says hi Babs.
Hi.
Hello. Say Debbie Needy said Ann Clark. Hello Annie. We all need to see Annie. Marietta gave you some hearts and love. Rose Babs. Thank you, loving our Brian. Thank you for loving our Brian. Gail Hearts. Big hugs to you, Bag from Jeff Rick. Julie Bartarelli gave a bunch of angels. Love you, Babs from Bridget.
Did Jeff Rick come in by himself?
Jeff Rick is by himself on here.
Well, he was the dear friend.
Oh, that's right. He came. That's right. You told me this.
Yeah, downstairs. And,
yes.
Yeah, but he came to visit.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a tough visit to him.
Sure.
But I think he's better.
How you doing, Jeff? We want to make sure that we're here for the entire community.
He'll be here.
Okay.
For the day.
We're going to talk about that, right?
Yeah.
So if you haven't made plans yet, make plans for May 31st. So actually, never mind. We got it right here. Look, I'm just going to go back and forth to the camera. Here's the deal. Here's the rundown. So May 31st from 2 to 7. Why should you come? 80s, 90s band Fix Newton will be playing. Fix Newton. I like it.
I love that.
Brian's top favorite bars. So we talk about the Mac, JJ Twigs. Of course, we all love Pueblo Solis, Biggies, Cybergs will all be there serving drinks and food. So don't bring in food. Don't sneak coolers in.
No.
It's supporting all the businesses that Brian loves so much. A portion of the proceeds will be donated to the Brian McKenna Memorial. JC Corcoran, longtime friend and wonderful broadcast brother, will be the MC. Several people will be speaking. So be sure to be there by 2 o'clock, and it's going to go from 2 until 7.
Yeah.
And again, Macklin's going to be shut down. It's going to be a big time, and it is exactly what he wanted.
He wanted. He everything went the way he wanted it. You know, from his memorial at McGurk's, it was perfect. Everything about that was perfect. And then they went to Pueblo, and of course they blew the top out of that.
Of course.
And this one he is going to. I know he's up there saying, "Oh man, this is good. I'm gonna love."
He's gonna be like, "That's not enough. More of you come."
Right. And so we're taking kind of a look at bets on how many will come.
Yeah. So how about this, everybody? As you're signing on, and welcome, by the way. So it is the Babs and Monica show this afternoon,
That's right.
honoring our dear friend, Brian McKenna, that we still can't believe is not here, but we can't be sad. That's not what he would want. You all know that. He would want us to keep the vibe alive. So what does that mean, by the way? There's a couple questions we want to ask you. One, what does it mean to keep the vibe alive? And 2, just put in a number for us in the comments. How many people do you think will show up on May 31st for Brian McKenna Day? We all have our numbers that we're putting on, by the way. Let me go back. I don't want anybody to ever not be read. You all are having an amazing time. Of course we are.
Oh, we are.
I love it.
We're fun people.
Rich said Babalicious. I love that.
That's right.
Thanks, Bab. Julie Bartarelli. Hi, Babs. Love you.
Yeah, I know her.
Okay, so everybody, what does that mean? So I'm going to ask Babs, and I want you to answer. What does keeping the vibe alive mean? How do we do that? How about that? How do we keep the vibe alive?
Well, you know, he always said friends, family, and that was the way he thought about everything. That was his focus, and community and goodness, kindness, be kind, please. Try and be kind. And that's what's his real vibe.
Yep.
And give people hope. That was his mantra.
Yep.
And he did. I mean, he'd go out that door and meet someone, and immediately, if they had a problem, they told him, and he would always had a positive look.
Yes.
Positive.
And that's how we keep it alive, right? I just saw this kid walking by, and I'm like, trust me. He would be like, hey, and then try to influence that kid's life to be better.
He does. He always did. And it was wonderful. He was, no matter where he was, if he was out in the backyard and someone came, if he was over there walking, someone came, everywhere he went. People do not, I don't think, understand how far his cash is.
Yeah.
It's way up in the thousands.
Oh, absolutely.
Way.
Yeah.
And, you know, when the news came out and we were on, we had 75,000 hits 12 hours after.
Of that last show?
Yeah. 75, even I was done, and I thought, my God. But, you know, he had such hope and such a vibrant life, and he affected everyone.
Yep. And that's how we keep it alive, right?
That's right.
We all, so we always talk about that, and that's what Brian would write me, and we would talk, and he's like, we have the same mission, and we're changing the world.
You do have the same mission.
Well, because that's all we want.
Yeah.
Kindness breeds kindness. Hate breeds hate. And we have to eradicate the hate.
That's right.
And the more positive we are, the more hope, the inspiration, the light that we provide to the world, the more that you have this crowd over here that is trying to carry that forward. And then the people over here who are chaotic and drama-filled and negative, they look and they're like, less and less and less than them, which is what we need.
That's right. And the drama-filled goes from 2 people to thousands, you know. People, when they talk, go out and they talk and they badmouth everything.
Yeah.
I'm saying, what is this about?
They're miserable.
This is supposed to be fun.
Yes. But you all agree, right? They were miserable in their own skin,
That's
and
right.
they just want to try to bully and tear some other people
That's
down.
right.
But you can't give them power. You just don't give them power.
I always tell women, because a lot of women
Yep.
come in here to talk to me,
Mhm.
you never, ever make an excuse for your own excellence, ever.
I love that.
Do not.
Drop the mic with
And
that.
I'm telling you, that's the truth.
That's right.
And many have left here with being goosed up by that. They
Sure.
like that.
Yes.
Do not ever make an excuse.
You're powerful. You matter.
That's right.
Don't ever let anybody put you in nobody puts baby in a corner. You are in a corner, Babs, but she's away from the wall.
I'm cornered.
Steven, is it Veatch? Veatch. Do you know Steven? Anybody know Steven?
Well, see, the problem
Beach.
is that he knew everyone's name.
I don't know this
But
Steven.
I could remember everything about them, but not their names.
I know. Well,
Hi, Steven.
yeah, Steven. Steven said
Give me a message.
Steven said, so good to see Babs in this time slot again. That's what we wanted to do for you.
Thank you, Steven.
Okay, so Rose, Babs, Brian was kind of like a Monica without the F-bombs. Let's see. Kindness attracts kindness. Exactly, Missy. Ken says, Babs, great to see you again. Your vibe attracts your tribe. All right. Pat, so happy to see you and Babs. We all miss Brian, and this is such a perfect way to remember him. Okay, Karen says, I say 25,000. Then she says minimum.
Is that Karen Nager?
Karen Stallhuth.
No.
What is it? Stallhuth. Okay, Karen says 25,000. What do you say, Babs?
I would say 15,000.
15,000? Steph, what do you think?
I hope it's not that much.
She just said, I hope it's not that much.
Wow. Really?
5,000? What do you all
No,
think?
I don't think so. No.
You think?
No.
I think it's more than 5.
Oh,
Are we
definitely.
doing over under?
Yeah, we're gonna win something.
I'm saying 8.
8,000. We got a 5,000. We got an 8,000. Okay, right. Suddenly we just went into like auctioneering. 5, 8, 25.
What does Krista say?
Krista.
I said 6.
Okay, look, it's like the Price is Right. I'm gonna go $1 over.
Price is Right rules.
5, 6, 8, 25. You say 15. Jim, give me a number. $6,001.
$6,001. Yeah, 5,001.
5,001. Jenny, what do you think?
I say
5,000. Sierra says 7,500.
5,000.
Missy says
50 on Facebook alone.
What?
Look at your viewers right now alone.
74. What do you have on Facebook?
50.
Right. So we've got on different platforms. So do me a favor, by the way. So call your friends, put it on Facebook, and some people don't want to be on Facebook. So that's the reason why I'm putting it on others. So just to let you know right now, we are on both of my Facebook pages. So my personal page and my business page. However, the comments that come in, I see Facebook and YouTube only. I got to pop over here to Instagram to see if anybody's talking. We're also on LinkedIn. We're on YouTube. We're on X. We're on Rumble. We're on Instagram. You are all over the world.
I want to be.
I
want to touch
She wants
it all.
she wants to walk her red
I want
carpet.
to know it all.
Look at she's getting sexy on us again. Come here.
It's not going to work.
Let's see. Debbie says 5. Dave Anthony 50,000. Remember, here's the deal.
Hey, Dave, really?
I haven't said my number yet. I agree with the higher because let's all remember when we all came out in the parade when the money was being raised, right? How many were that day?
500 cars. 500 cars.
Okay.
But
So
that doesn't
Dave
sound
says
100.
50,000. Remember his parade during COVID, just his Lindbergh High School folks. Rosie Pass, 8 to 10. Who's keeping track that day? LOL. Babs, Babs is going worldwide. Too numerous to count, Cora Katzen says.
Oh, really? Hi, Cora.
Bridget McKenna says between 5 to 6,000 for sure. Debbie Needy says 4,500.
Yep.
10,000. Hello, ladies. Sorry I'm late. You both look amazing. Have the best day.
This is like going to the track.
Let me go over real quick here to Instagram. Anybody over here? No. See, they're like voyeuristic. They just watch. They don't talk. So let's do this. Let's bring him into play. All right. So he's here. Okay. Lisa says 23,000. Okay. Let's get very
Is
specific.
that Lisa Housewife?
That is Lisa Fujawa.
Oh.
Lisa says 23,000. I'm going to say 9,500.
Okay.
Jenny says, wow.
Okay.
But I don't know. Like, we need a drone to count for us.
How are we gonna count?
I was just going to say, Jim, so when you estimate a crowd for like the police standpoint, how do you come up with those numbers? I used to always wonder. That.
Yeah, I don't know how they do it.
Do you have any idea?
Guesstimate.
So yeah, I mean,
Is
you're
it-
just
You just guesstimate.
guesstimate. So let's get a drone up. Anybody have a drone? Susan Mertz. It is so hard to predict. Brian had so many friends and friends of friends. 25,000 would not surprise me. Just as Lindbergh alum alone
That's
would
so-
fill the streets.
They're amazing.
We love our Brian, right? And so I got some pictures that we're going to drop in here. So
Okay.
I love this of you holding the picture of him doing exactly what I'm doing, looking in front of the camera. What was happening that day when he was looking up in front of the camera and you're in the background with your drink cracking up?
We were doing a show.
Was he having technical difficulties?
Yes.
That's
Yes.
a great picture.
Yeah, and the technical difficulties that he said we weren't having.
Yeah.
We always had them before each show. And even when we first started the show.
Which, by the way, was when? December, was it, of
No, it was I think it was in May.
May of 23?
Yeah, I think so.
And so the greatest thing is for all of you that maybe are new and you're looking at, what we're talking about today. If you never saw the show with the two of them together, boy, did you miss out. I was saying, did we get a chance to look into whether those shows could be transferred to YouTube so that we keep the vibe alive? I hate the fact that freaking Facebook is deleting shows after 30 days.
Yeah, I don't.
Which means a lot of those shows they did might be going away.
They're gone.
We got to find this.
Yeah.
All right, my team's going to get on it because they got to stick around. We're going to show you little clips of those. But you said, Babs, that this is your favorite picture.
Oh, I love that picture of him. I just love it.
So handsome.
It's so him. So look at his face.
He lit up the world. And
He did.
He's
He
glowing
did.
there, isn't he?
And that's what I say about him. He burned his candle, his personal candle himself, burned so brightly for so long that it went out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anybody getting chills right now? I am. He just entered again, over and over and over again. Brian, anything you want us to say, let us know. I said a prayer today, and I was just like, effect. I always pick a word of the day, so it's an intentional word in the morning. I do bookends.
Yeah.
Intentional word in the morning, and then at the end of the evening, I do a gratitude word. And so even if we get the horrific news, like the day that we found out that the Brian was passed, you have to go back and think, well, what went right? Like, otherwise it's so chaotic all day and we're just going to be depressed and sad, and he wouldn't want that. So at the end of the day, we have to think really hard sometimes what went right, and then that's the gratitude to try to sleep better, to get back up the next day. John says, hello there, Babs. I miss bringing you dinner from the fish fries. Good to
hi,
see
John.
you.
And I miss it too.
She wants some fish. Dan says at least 15,000. It's going to be an epic event.
Is that Dan who?
That is Dan Snyder.
Oh, okay, Dan.
Diana Slay says, hello, sweet Babs.
Hi, Diana.
Let's see. Bridget says, wearing the B&B shirt for you tonight, Babs.
Oh, really? She must be watching from Memphis.
Rose says, our friend who went to school with him is flying in from Arizona. I'm with Monica.
Yeah,
I think it'll be a crazy amount.
Yeah.
I have goosebumps when I think of it.
Yeah.
Okay, Dave Anthony. He made a comment in that last show due to so many technical problems. Okay, Dave, we're going to go to that because that's exactly the first thing that I said to Babs. I said it to my husband first when we got the news, and I went back like we all did to that last show.
Mm.
And in the first 5 minutes, after all the technical difficulties, and then people saying, yep, we can hear you, you're good, you're right side now, you're not sideways.
Oh, please.
It then became him saying, well, this is probably going to be our last show.
And I when it stopped, I said to him, is it going to be? He said, no, don't listen to me. I said, oh, yeah. I said, I'll be okay.
But it was eerie, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was very
It was eerie that it ended up being
I still
that.
don't watch that show.
No,
I don't.
So yes, Dave, that's the first thing I think a lot of us said, that he said it would be the last show. Maybe he knew something, even though he was just joking.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, he was a very faith-based man.
Yeah, he was. He would go into the church and he would talk to God, and maybe 3 or 4 times a week. And he would really talk. So if you were in church, you heard him.
Yep.
And he would have wonderful conversations with them. And there's a regular group that goes in, throughout the morning. And they never said anything. They would listen and do their thing. And it gave him a lot of hope.
Yeah.
I think he felt that he had a faith in God. And I do believe he thought God would hear him.
I
do believe that.
Well, you know what? You and I promised that we would touch on this afternoon show. So we're going to do that. Carol, yes, Dave. He said at the end of the day, he was tired. I know. At the end of the day, I'm done. He was saying he was itchy and bitchy. There was a lot going on.
He was doing the chemotherapy again.
And he was having to put the cream on.
Yeah, horrible.
He had a surgery coming up.
Yes, he did.
And so here's
that Tuesday, I think. Yeah.
Here's the thing that we promised to say on this show, and it was to all the people that have questioned and have turned away from their faith and have said, what kind of a God would take someone like this that provided so much to the world? They're mad at God right now. And look, there's no one shaming you. You're going to go through a bevy of emotions. We get it.
Yeah.
It is hard to fathom the fight that he had with everything he went through for the last, 11 years. So what do you say to that? Because I know you wanted to touch on it. What do you say to all of those that are trying to find some hope and try to make sense of this all?
I think that you have to recognize that he fought it and fought it and fought it. And as he was fighting it, he was helping other people fight it. And I have a picture that I took of him at Barnes in front of a sign that in the cancer unit saying that we'll beat it. But I think he was depleted. I think he was absolutely depleted. And I think it was very discouraging for him to think that with this other application, that there would be this Mohs surgery in this area, which he felt was and it was dangerous because, and then I think he told me, I am not going to do this stuff again, this topical stuff. I will do it next fall. I'll do it in September or October, but I'm going to tell my surgeon I'm not going to do it again for a while. He said, I need a break from it. And I would have to say he fought the good fight.
Oh, God, yeah.
He did. He fought, and I fought with him. Every day we fought it. And I had to know when he wanted to stop. And so I had to respect that.
Yeah.
Because I can beat a dead horse. I can, really. So I had to learn.
You're persuasive.
Right. Persuasive. So I had to say, I always followed what he wanted anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't change him. I always followed what his wishes were. And it was my delight to do that. Yeah.
Let me ask this. What is his wish for all of us?
That we have hope. That we're kind. That we're kind to each other, to our children. And, he was raised in a family. It was interesting. His brother Donnie was here doing something one day, and someone was here and was asking about children. And he said, I never understood how they when they have blended families, how they're not blended. They always say that this one came from this mother and this one came. He said, we never had that. We were all just one. We never thought we were separate. He said, my father had 4, my mother had 3, and then they had 3. He said, it was all just one family. He said, I don't understand it. And I said, I said, you're right. And he said, and I said, it was a tribute to your parents.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, absolutely. And I told you, I always say I have no regrets in life, but I do have one regret.
And it is?
That I did not know his mother.
Oh, I
Jenny,
know.
That I did not know her.
That picture, by the way, of them on the set of Oprah, do we have that somewhere? I don't know if that.
Yeah.
No, I didn't get a chance to get that. You're gonna fix her bra strap.
Let it just go.
Hey, the viewers are going up because Babs is getting sexy on. You're gonna pin it? Look at what a true stylist. So again, welcome everybody. This afternoon we are honoring the late great Brian McKenna. We want you to come out, and we want to do this, right? Community coming together on the 31st. This is the greatest thing you can do. Come and be kind to each other. Come and talk about your favorite memories. Talk about what he meant to your life. Give hugs. Leave there that day honoring him by leveling up your life a whole nother level. That's right. That's what I always ask for everybody. And I can guarantee he was the exact same way, that it was well, isn't your life better when you're kinder?
Yeah.
Even we go through, and we know what he went through, the toughest of times, but it's like a roller coaster of life where you're up high, you're down low. And if you surround yourself with the right people, when you're down here, they lift you up, but don't forget that they helped lift you up, and don't sit up here on your high horse. You go and help them and lift them up.
And he did that.
Yes.
And one of the stories about the little girl who had cancer, and he helped them, the parents, through this and all, and they became friendly.
Yeah.
And she beat it, and we had a big deal when she was free of it. And he said to her mother, "What do you think I can give them?" And she said, "I'll tell you, you can give them a bedroom." They lived in a little tiny house, and he put together a bedroom. She said, "Don't tell them." And he had it painted. The kids were off someplace, and when they came home and saw that they had beds, separate beds, and paint on the wall and everything, they were just beside themselves.
Oh, I'm sure.
And of course, he was thrilled beside himself. And he had the girls in the St. Patrick's Day parade.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think he was on the grassroots. I mean, he wasn't flying. He was on the real world.
Yep. Well, the thing that separated Brian from so many other people that I have worked with in this business is confidence, zero ego, using the power of the microphone.
Yes.
And the connections that you make in the business that we were blessed to be in.
That's right.
To do good.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's like, you need something? Okay, great. Let me bond together because I know this person can do this for this person.
Yeah, it was a great vehicle for him.
Yes.
Really.
All right, let's go back. All right. Thank you all. Again, we love the interaction. Let's see. We got that one. We did that one. Brian was a true gift to anyone who knew him personally and humanity in general. Heaven is rocking and getting the benefit of all that goodness now. He's doing karaoke up there. You know that. Diana, we were blessed to have Brian in our lives. That's Diana Slay. Judy Keene says, "Hi, Babs. I think of you so often."
Thank you, Judy, and I think of you. I miss you.
Bridget McKenna said she was the best.
Oh, are you still in Memphis?
Yeah, are you in Memphis? Frank Canetto. It was a great pleasure to know Ginny and Glenn.
Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, that's great. And he talked about Canettos.
Oh, of course.
And
Canetto's
the
amazing.
times they had there, yeah. And I think that his parents had a routine that they went there every so often.
Canetto's was another classic.
Canetto's is a classic, absolutely.
Yeah.
Rose, Babs, I think God needed him more than we did. He helped so many. I believe what you said, Babs. His work was done here. We must continue.
Yeah, who said that?
This is Rose Presley. She said, we must continue it. Monica helps do that in the morning. Spread kindness. Yes.
Yeah, you do.
Hey, Babs. Has Monica been drinking? No. Where's my wine? No, I have not been drinking, Rose. We're just having fun.
She's on. Right, we're fun people.
Exactly.
They don't get it.
No. And then all of a sudden they're like, are they drunk?
This is what we're trying to do. Have more fun for people.
Amen.
And have it straightforward.
And look what's funny, Babs. And I know Babs and I just met, but now we've got this friendship that's going to be budding here. So people have always been like, is she like that when she wakes up in the morning all the way till she goes to bed at night?
Oh boy.
Did you hear my husband? Oh boy. I do not do caffeine. Can you imagine me on caffeine?
No.
It's like the Tasmanian devil bouncing off the wall. You want to know why we're like this? Because we're high on life.
Well, wow, that's interesting. That's another one of my mantras. Because people will say to me, why don't you take a little marijuana? The kids would call it. Marijuana. And I would say, I don't need it. I said, I don't need any of that. I get high on life. I said, I get up in the morning at 5 o'clock.
Let's go.
Boom, I'm out.
That's right.
But of course, by 9 o'clock at night, I'm finished.
Hey, you went all day.
I am on.
Yes.
I am.
When you are a kind person, when you want more for humanity, I'm telling you, it lights you up. You have this ignited passion inside of you that you just want.
You do.
For the world, not for yourself, is what happens.
No.
Missy, I feel like God said he's been through enough. You did everything you could do on this earth, and it's time to rest. Ooh, I got with that one.
Mm-hmm.
Jill Woken, the world needs a lot more Brians.
They do.
Judy just said, Monica, start drinking. Where's my dirty martini? Okay, so let's talk about this friendship. First of all, it was just incredible. This amazing best friendship the two of you had. What did his friendship mean to you?
How do I put it? It was a unique friendship. The depth of it, I don't think people really understood. It's almost, I can't describe it.
I was just going to say, well, how would you? What would you
I can't
say?
describe it. I feel it here.
Deep in your
I
soul.
feel it here all the time.
Here you go, Judy. I'm drinking for you. I'll take one for the team. Where's your water? I'm gonna toast you. We're gonna toast all of you. By the way, grab whatever. Let's do this for him, okay?
Yeah.
Let's do a toast, and I'm gonna let you do it.
Your vibe attracts your tribe. Boom.
Well, I'll take a drink to that. You always, by the way, when you do a toast, you got to drink. Or the toast doesn't matter, doesn't count.
Right.
So, from a really sentimental place, what kind of toast can we do to everyone that's looking for hope? What would he be saying right now? If we could speak for Brian, what would he say to help all of us have closure on one end and movement forward on the other?
Yeah, it's important to move forward.
Yeah.
And that is the key. How can you do that? Once you get the being kind and getting every minute of every day and working every minute of every day in the minute.
Yes.
Then you have the trick.
Yep.
You can appreciate that minute and you can build on that minute.
Absolutely.
Because that's how you grow.
Yep.
And you evolve. It's like a building block.
Mm-hmm.
So in other words, his kindness, he taught me a lot, by the way.
Love it.
Because I tended to be a straightforward person, always, it's got to be like this. But he taught me that lighten up.
He taught you to color outside of the lines.
Yeah, go on. Exactly.
Don't be so rigid.
No, and so in certain ways, and so that for me that was a great lesson.
What do you think was the greatest things, if you list a few, 3 to 5, that he taught you?
That is the first one.
Okay.
The second one is to have more fun, frankly.
Yep.
And the third one would be to become more. I don't know how to explain it. To be more aware. I'm always very aware of things.
So does that mean more, like I always try to help people by saying be more present, and then we're aware of what's happening, and to be a better listener?
Exactly.
Yep.
To be a better listener.
Yes.
And he had that amazing ability to just have one word and he would take that and run with it.
Yeah.
He would make a whole monologue out. He had a gift.
My husband and I would regularly, so here's the thing. I would get on, my husband's not on social media. I would get online and I would be laughing so hard, and Jim's like, now what did he say? And I'd be reading these things and he would crack up and he's like, he's not right. That man is not right. And I'm like, he truly, and I know some funny people in this world, he had the quickest wit I've ever met of anyone.
The creativity.
Yeah.
He was a master at it.
Yeah.
And he would take it, he would fly with it, and it didn't make any difference what the word was.
Right.
Because he had a knowledge of a lot of things in this world.
Yeah.
Broad knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
And he would use that to build on these monologues. He was known by many people here in St. Louis.
Right.
But with his talent, he didn't want to leave St. Louis, but I mean, he could have really gone big time.
So let's talk about
Frankly.
that, because I believe it's probably the one thing, and I believe we talked about this a while ago, because he was so deeply in love with his city, but more so his family here.
Yeah.
A lot of times when people always are like, why wouldn't this person or this person or this person like go to New York and Chicago and LA? And you have such steep tradition in your family that you don't want to leave that.
Right. And I had a mantra, which it was from an old song by Bessie Smith. If I can help somebody along the way, then let me do my thing. And if you read the lyrics of that song, you would get a cast on what he was like and me. Help somebody along the way.
I want to hear you sing it. She
laughs.
laughs.
Look at her. and I know
it's karaoke time.
But it's just a great song.
Yeah.
And it was done by Mahalia Jackson, and Martin Luther King used it. And that song was composed in 1945 during a tuberculosis thing.
Okay.
and it was to address people and help them.
Yeah.
To get through it.
Yeah.
Because at that time there was no medication. They just that sent you off, to be yourself to get over it. But that if you listen to the lyrics, you will hear what he's like. I can help somebody along the way.
What?
Go to Instagram.
Go to Instagram. Okay. Real quick, let's go back here. Carol O'Brien says, cheers to Brian. Yep. I hope you all did your cheers. Cheers to Brian. Cheers to Babs. Cheers to the Vibe Tribe. I like it. Jim Ripper. It's special when my daughter asked to end her graduation party early so we can go to the celebration on the 31st. So that your vibe attracts your tribe. Love you guys.
Hi, Jim. Thank you.
Dave. He lived his life to the fullest and he took everyone on his journey, good and bad. But he took the bad and made a challenge out of it to enhance everyone else's lives for the better, using humor to ease the pain. Sure.
Yeah.
Kimberly Macco tuning in from Southern California.
Yeah.
Love it. Debbie Bosiger.
Uh-huh.
Babs, you are such an inspiration. I lost my mom unexpectedly 3 years ago and still struggle to accept and move forward, right? So people feel like, how do I get out of the pain? I got to sit in the pain until you start to realize that the person that you've lost doesn't want you to be in the pain.
They don't want you. And life is a circle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I said this, I think in the last show we did, I accept the circle. I know that that's the way it is. That it comes to an end. But I did not accept the fact that a 62-year-old man, that was my issue. Sure. But anyway, I accept the circle. And I always think, I started inside, and when the circle, it goes concentric circles. Yeah. And when it gets out here, that will be it for me. And I have no regrets. I have had a good life.
That's it, right?
I have had a wonderful life.
Isn't that what we are looking for? You've got to get to a point, and let's get a little life coachy here. So, for anyone who is not connected to their family, you've cut off ties, which it's the hardest thing for me to hear when I'm like, you only get family. Make amends somehow.
Yeah, please.
Because if something happens, we know the tragic way that Brian was taken from us. If there's anything, pick the phone up. If we can tell you right now something that will make you go, and maybe you're crying at home, maybe you're laughing, maybe you're hugging each other. Hug each other harder, by the way, because everyone has this belief, Babs, that they have endless hours on earth.
They do.
And then all of a sudden, you get the phone call that we all got, and this person, and then you're questioning, and you're like, but I would do this. I should have done this. Should have, could have. Do it then. Well, that's the way we honor them.
And
do
that's
it.
what he used to say.
Yep.
Don't let the bricks run out of the road.
Yep.
He always said that.
Yep.
I mean, he had so many quotable things that were going through here. It's like mind-boggling.
That was Oprah's favorite. She would always say that. Let's see. Cheers to Brian. Cheers to Ben. All right, hang on. We're running behind. Danny, looking forward to the Brian McKenna Day again. By the way, folks, it's May 31st, 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. Rose said one Saturday night at Pueblo, Brian was standing at our table just talking away as we ate. Funny story after funny story. I kept right up with him and interrupted him and asked him, how long is this story, Brian? Some of us got to work on Monday. He looked at me and said, you're acting a lot like me, and walked over to me. I got pounded and it was the best time. Yeah. We all have these moments that we thought we were going to leave. Thought it was going to be it's going to be a short show. Right?
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be a short visit.
Hey,
sit down and have some shots.
10 minutes. We're going to do 10 minutes. And I said, oh, okay. What do I know? I'm going along with it. And then
an hour 45.
An hour 45 minutes.
Exactly.
I said, and he would say to me, you have to use a timer. Set the timer for 45 minutes.
And then we got to wrap up.
I will do that. And then he said, ignore him.
Exactly. Well, look, we've been on for 54 minutes, Brian. There you go.
Hey, how about that?
Let's see. Let me go back here. Tuning in from Southern. We got that. I read that one. I got to go back more. Cheers, Jim Ripper. Dave Anthony says, cheers, Judy Keene. The edible has kicked in. He said all the time. The edibles.
Oh.
Hey, we don't have any edibles. I did start drinking just for you. Kimberly Macco, I believe God puts folks in our lives with a mission. Brian completed the mission and was called very too soon for us here. Yes, but I know we'll all be reunited when we get to heaven. Absolutely. All right, over to Instagram I go. Let's see who's commenting. Looks by Leslie. We love you, Babs. We deeply miss Brian.
Thank you, Leslie.
TSW ball game. Great to see Babs live. Yes. alive and live.
Thank you. And believe me, it's nice to be seen.
So that's the other question. Dave says, I think 2 hours was the record for the length of the show. All right, let's go 2 hours and 1 minute. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm good. You know, I'm still working on my mobility, but I'm fine, and I'm grateful. I had an interesting doctor's visit. They wanted me to go and look about some blockage in my carotid arteries.
Yeah.
Because they thought they saw something. So I went. I chose a doctor, very conservative, BJC, and he looked at my. They scoped me. They scanned me.
Yep.
He said, "You're as clear." He said, "There's nothing there." Huh. I said, "Well, how did that happen?" He said, "I don't know." He said, "But we even did your head. There's nothing there."
No,
there's
a brain there.
So really, no, but there is nothing. I said, "Okay," but other than that, I'm fine.
So was it the same doctor that had seen something then didn't see something?
No.
Okay.
No, this was the surgeon.
Okay.
Yeah, a vascular surgeon.
Well,
Yeah.
happy to hear that.
Yeah, I am happy. I'm wonderful. I mean, you know something, and I've said this to everybody. They're all sick of hearing it, right?
No.
You know, I am 87. Things
Yes.
happen.
Yeah.
It wears out, doesn't it? Really?
But look, so this is why. So actually, there's a viewer of mine that said, Monica, I got an idea. Why don't you get a show going with Babs and your mother? You're both 87. Would you all love that? Come on, I think it would be hilarious.
Yeah.
And they would go on for hours.
Right.
But you're both an inspiration because you're so spry and with it. I mean, you're like pulling things from the past and saying this about Bessie and the year it came out and all this.
Yeah.
So we don't ever want to lose that. But for those that, you know, oh, woe is me, and they're 50 years old and 60 years old and they're complaining, or they're just sitting around not
Jump
living.
in the hole.
Yes.
So you don't do it.
Right.
You know, keep going. Well, just get up and appreciate the day. I mean, it rains. Well, so what? It's raining.
Yeah.
It's
Go
supposed
dance
to
in it.
rain. So we're supposed to get
Let's
rain.
go dance in it.
I can't beat it to death.
Let's see. Chris, hi, Babs and Monica. I hope you are both able to do this on a regular basis. Okay. I have missed you, Babs. That's Chris to Manila.
Oh, hi, Chris. Yeah.
Let's see. Let me go back here. Honestly, meeting Brian was such a blessing in my life, and I'm so thankful for the time I got and the impact that he made. Yes, absolutely. And that's what we all want to remember. Scanned your head, and there is nothing. There is 100% Brian. You saying that, right? There's nothing there. Dot. Okay, Monica. Dot is out. Babs is in. Oh my God. So my friend Dot does Friendship Friday with us. Oh my gosh. So Dot, you just got kicked to the curb evidently. So yeah. Hey, you know what? Look, I'm all about new segments. Let's figure this out. She's an awesome woman. Love to meet her in person. She's very smart and wise woman. God bless. Carl says, I'm still in shock. Or in a bar. Rest in peace, my friend. Awesome man. Taken too soon. For once, I'm not on a beach at the lake. Carl Plosser?
Plusser, I think it's Plusser.
Plusser. Missy says, your mom and Babs would be epic. See?
Yep.
I at least got to get the two of you to meet.
Yeah.
Let's see. Debbie says, oh my God, yes, Babs and your mom together would be a hoot. Let's see. Carol O'Brien says, I wouldn't be surprised. Carl says, somehow my comment got rearranged. Probably. Well, you know what? The thing is, it probably gets attached to somebody else's, and I never know what it's attached to. It's just craziness. But that's technology, right?
Oh, well, you're talking to the right person because I don't know it.
How many are on Facebook, Jenny? Because I got 90 over here.
We're at 50.
50 on Facebook. So 40 of you are probably mixed in. Actually, I can do this. Hang on. Let me do the power of technology. Let's look. Now, it doesn't do the accumulation of every one of them. Okay. So 53 are on Facebook. I have 33 on X, 3 on Rumble. Nobody's on YouTube right now. So I want you to tell everybody, by the way. Linda says, hi, you look beautiful.
Hi, Linda.
Judy, Monica, that dress is gorgeous. Well, thank you, but it's actually a jumpsuit. So yeah, it's really cool how we can see where they're coming from, but it doesn't put all of them in there. So how many are over Instagram? Let's look. We got a couple on Instagram. So the biggest platform is usually, yes, Facebook.
Well, what will happen is that's what we used to get when we did the video.
Yeah.
But then it would
blow up. Agreed.
It would accrue probably until the following Tuesday or Wednesday.
Oh my gosh, this smells good. Jim, come on over here and have some deer sausage. Our audience in the back. All of you in the back, can you see us?
Eat up.
Gosh, this smells amazing. Susie says, I love you, Babs. Monica, I love your dress. It's a jumpsuit again. Thank you. Monica, I forgot to mention, as my husband just reminded me, we were always referred to as Carol with a K and Ken with a K.
That's right. That's right. They were.
K.
Yeah,
I got you.
yeah,
K. Okay, let's do this because we want to honor him properly. Let's just go back. Let's do some memories, and then we'll come out of them, and we'll let Babs talk about what she feels about this. Here you go.
We have updated subsidies and benefits that are available to you for free. You're still living in the state of Missouri, correct?
Yes. Before I listened anymore, I asked you to do one thing for me, and then I'll listen to you. Can you give me 45 minutes so I can tell you how Jesus can enter your heart today? And I'm talking today. 45? Okay, 30 minutes. Can we just do 30 minutes? Can we?
No.
29?
I'm a Christian.
20?
Neither.
Well, no, I can tell you how Jesus can enter your heart today.
Actually, you have a great day and God bless.
Please, God needs you. That's how you get rid of these.
Well, he did that more than once.
Good. They deserve it.
I used to sit over there, and he would say to me, "Don't talk, don't laugh." I couldn't.
He was doing it in front of you?
Yeah, he was sitting over there. He was doing,
Got to be.
and it was outrageous. That is one of his most outrageous things that he did, and I could see them slowly.
Exactly.
They weren't going to do it. They weren't going to go with this, and he had a ball with it. He loved it. It was one of his finest moments.
You got to turn it on. What my husband does certain things to them. What do you do when you answer the phone? Well, he says Cash Patel. They don't know what to do, right? They want to get you so bad. It's kind of like, right? People in life want to have power over you. Take the power back.
That's right, and that's what he did. Actually,
You're wasting my time. Let me tell you about Jesus.
And he tells a story about his father being at the table, and his father did not want to be interrupted at the table, and they were all sitting there, and the call would come, and he wouldn't answer it. One of the kids were, or someone, and then they would pass it on to him, and he would say, "Let me say this to you. First thing is you're interrupting my meal. The second thing is that I have money to pay the electricity, the gas, and the food." And he said, the rest of it I put in a hat. And if I pick you up, then you get it. If not, you don't.
Exactly.
And he tells that story. Yeah, often.
Welcome again. I know a lot of you might have just gotten off work and you're like, oh man, I missed about an hour, but here's the beautiful thing. This show will remain because it's on YouTube right now. Even though Facebook wants to have control over us and power over us and delete it after 30 days, it will live on YouTube. Okay, here's the thing. We should start a drinking game. Every time you see Babs' bra, let's drink.
Is it doing it again?
Brian, did that come from you? Look at your stylist is mad. She's like, what did I not do?
You know what?
You fix that while we're talking.
We're going to do a thing on a t-shirt under this or something.
Let's see. Love you, Babs. Monica, love the dress. Thank you. Awesome dress. Thank you. So good to hear his voice. And OMG, LOL. Carl says, oh my God, I'm smiling so wide I swallowed my ears.
Do you have the name?
That was Carl Plosser?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Rosie Pass. I was just telling someone about him doing that the other day. Hilarious. Robin Poor stopped in the Oakville pub on my way home to pick up dinner, watching the show at the bar. Another customer walked by and said, oh, you're watching Babs. Babs, you are a rock star. Julie Lauman said, hi, Babs, my favorite day of the week. I'm glad you're doing this in memory of Brian.
Thank you.
Diana Slay. This has been lovely. I'm so glad I had the opportunity to join. Thank you, Monica. You're welcome. If you miss any of this, you can come back and watch more. How about this? How about we give you a little bit about the two of them together?
Say hi to Jules from the Sisters Sandwich Shop.
Oh, yeah, Jules.
Great job on Monica Adams' show, too.
Yeah,
you and your
you did
sister
a good
crushed
job,
it.
yeah.
Absolutely crushed it. Driver Joe said he's coming by in a window. Is that him? He's walking by. Where's Driver Joe going to be walking by?
Is that us?
Yeah.
Are you sure? It's been so long that we did a live Babs and Brian show. So that's actually us.
That's right. That is the real us.
This is not being recorded right now.
No,
this is live on this. Are you telling me it's live?
It's live.
Okay, don't tell me what to do either.
I'm not going to tell you what to do
Okay.
while you're live.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Babs is back. Golf clap.
Yeah.
Golf clap.
she's back.
And she's very happy to be back.
All right, so let's get to the favorite segment of the show. What is Babs wearing? So Babs, take it away.
So, the dress is made by American Giant. They grow organic cotton. I believe it's in South Carolina. They are just wonderful. I mean, you cannot believe the feel of this. And it's washable. It doesn't get all messy. I just love it. It's true comfort.
I was just going to say it looks extremely comfortable.
Oh, it's so comfortable.
And it almost goes to the floor.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Just what I thought.
Don't tell me what to do.
Exactly. Don't tell me
Don't
what to
tell me
do.
what to do.
So, do you have a favorite show or a favorite segment you did? I mean, you did a lot together, but is there anything that stands out?
I think that one was one of my favorites.
That one?
Yeah. And generally speaking, I loved it all.
Everyone, right? Everyone.
I thought I was terrific.
I thought I was terrific.
You
What?
know?
How do you fit in that doorway?
I come sideways now.
Oh,
They
that's
have to wheel me in.
Julie Lauman says, "Gosh, I miss that man." Dawn Smolin with a love. Carol with a K. I think my all-time favorite story for now is the Andy Banker story. Brian was reported to the police as a suspicious man.
Oh.
I don't know that one.
I forget how it goes, but
Steph, do you know?
okay.
Okay.
What was it? He looked out. Oh, Brian looked out and saw someone looking at this car.
No, Andy Banker was picking him up.
Oh, Andy Banker.
Andy was picking him up.
When he was wearing the eye patch.
Yes.
And he went out. He
Yeah.
told Babs, he's like, "Oh, Andy's here." And he went out and there was a car stopped and he opened the door, but it wasn't Andy. And the guy looked at him and screamed, and then Brian screamed, and the car took off.
Really?
So he thought they were getting carjacked.
Oh my God.
They did.
And they reported it on the neighborhood app.
As a suspicious man?
Yeah.
Carol, I didn't know that one.
That was
Let's see.
Really, I watched it. I was watching it.
He saw it unfold.
What the heck is he doing?
Brian saw a black car that looked just like Andy's. Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Dave, okay, so we were asking just generalized how I asked how she was doing, but Dave wants to know, how is the hip?
It's coming along, as we say. I think that what happened, the hip is good. It's fine. You know, the rod is like 18 or 20 inches long, but I had issues following the surgery that came into play, and it just messed everything up. So my balance isn't good. You know, hey, listen, I'm 87 and I'm here. What am I going to do? Thank you.
Why did all of us here just giggle like we were in 7th grade? I'm sorry, Beth, but you said 18 to 20 inch long rod.
Oh, nice. That's good. Very good, honey. I love it.
Brian.
Okay.
Did y'all go there? Come on, you know you did. Just be
He
real.
made you do it.
No,
Mama,
exactly.
he made me do it.
Yep, he made me do it, Mom. Don't be mad at me.
That's great.
Judy Keene, my favorite was the time I went by and hid a bottle of wine for Babs and vodka for Brian. He jumped up out of his chair to go look for them and told Babs to talk about her childhood while he went out. There was many times I would watch and he'd be like, "I'll be back." And I'm like, Babs is just entertaining the crowd while he's making drinks.
That's right. I'm just rolling along. And who knows? No point to it.
Carol just said, I was just going to say the same thing. You got to show Monica the video. It's classic. Yep, we're going to find that. Dave Anthony, I had some issues with both my hip replacements, but love them. Long rod is definitely. I thought it immediately. I looked at Stephanie. Stephanie laughed. Jen laughed. Everybody here, even my husband laughed, didn't you? You knew but he probably didn't think I was going to say it. And I'm like, I got to say it. Okay, let's give you one more here. How about this?
I guess we're besties now. We used to be neighbors.
Yeah.
And you used to get pissed off because Jeff, Rick, and I used to play loud music at night on the balcony.
But we don't do that anymore.
We don't do that anymore. Babs set the tone early in this relationship. She actually came out one night at 1.
Exactly.
I think you had your robe on.
By the way, episode 2 had over 2,200 views within like the first 36 hours. I haven't looked, and over 100 comments. So please, feel free to comment, share this, tell your friends about the Brian and Babs show.
There you are. The truth comes out.
All right.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
But what do you think of the lighting, Babs? Because we're worried that we may have to
turnarounds eventually when the sun...
I think it's fine.
You think it's good today?
Yeah, I think it's okay.
And we're trying today without the ring light.
Yeah, okay.
I forgot the ring light cord. So, we're ready to get after it.
Yeah, of course.
Ready? Okay.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Oh,
We're on.
we nailed that. Who knew? I say it every week. They never thought we'd last this long.
Well, no, I never thought.
Well,
someone might have.
I told you, the Washington Post had an article about us saying we weren't going to last this
listen.
long. TMZ,
You know.
the paparazzi outside every day.
I mean, again, yes, we miss it so much.
Oh,
this is why we did this.
I miss the people who watched it.
Yeah.
I really do.
Well, they're all watching you now.
Well, that's good. I want them to. Hello, everybody. It's good to see you or hear you or whatever.
So the robe, where did the robe come from?
Oh, she didn't say it, but I did. So I'm.
You saw it?
No, you didn't. You weren't here for that.
The rope she was
So
in when they
I'm
were
over there.
on the porch.
He's got a couple of friends, and I watch him walk over. The friends have robes on, and he has a robe. And I'm saying, what is the world that's going to be done now? So I went out, and it was at COVID time because I had my hat on, my mask. And I watched him sitting in this chair, and I'm saying, it was one of those folding chairs, and I'm saying, this is not going to work. Something's going to happen. Well, don't you know, the whole thing collapsed, and he's on the ground. And that was one time he ran with it. He made something so funny out of it, and it was just it was a mess. And he thought it was great.
Of course, and it was.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was great.
I gotta tell you, so if you drive down by where Brian lived, and Manny's still up there, and you've got the B&B shirt on Manny, and it was a little hard to see, I will say, when I first pulled up, and so the emotions come to you, but you try to get out it quick to say, but it's okay, by the way, for all of you that I do want to say this, and men and women both, and children and adults alike, get the tears out. Cry. If you want to cry on May 31st, which, by the way, let me put this back up on the scene and we'll run through it in case you joined late. I do want you to know all the information of what's going to take place this day. Just again, if you haven't made plans yet, do it. Don't regret missing this because we're all coming together. So again, it's McKenna Day, May 31st, 2 to 7. And you need to come, and then you just need to tell your family and friends. I've been talking to tons of people. We've got friends coming that didn't know about it. I actually had, I don't know if Jeannie's still watching. She's like, hey, I'm going to be by myself. Do you know anybody I can get with? And I'm like, yeah, come with us. And she's like, are you serious? And I was like, come with us, but watch. We're all going to make so many other friends because we all are being brought together by this incredible human being.
That's right, you are.
80s, 90s band, by the way. Fix Newton playing. Brian's top favorite bars, The Mac, JJ Twigs, Pueblo Solis, Biggie's, Cyberg's, all there serving drinks and food. So they got the food and drinks taken care of. A portion of the proceeds, again, donated to the Brian McKenna Memorial. JC Corcoran's going to be the MC. Shout out to JC. Several people will be speaking, so be there. Again, get there by 2:00. You don't want to miss any of this, and then stick around. And you know what? Here's the thing that Brian would want: be smart. So if you're like, hey, I'm going to imbibe, I'm going to drink, then get a driver or call Uber. Yeah. Just be safe because we all want to make sure that you get home safely from this. Maureen Butler, this will be the biggest celebration of life.
I think she's right.
Lisa Carson Fujawa, where are we parking that day?
Oh, that is something.
What are we looking at, Jim? Oh, there's dancing there's kids running in front of a car. That's not good. Oh, are they taking a picture of Manny?
Yeah.
Cheers. Cheers to our audience. Stopping traffic out here, Babs. Where are they parking that day?
I would ride share. Otherwise, it's just public parking on the street.
Free for all. You'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Just make your way over to the party. Dave, as a 30-year police veteran, I used to love his story of him being in the city jail.
Oh.
I offered him my get out of jail free business card. He said he had so many of those he didn't need mine.
Who's that?
That is Dave Anthony.
Okay.
So he had he had several. Biggest celebration. Where we parking? Got that. Babs, as I said in my letter to you, this is from Debbie Needy.
Thank you,
my
Debbie.
brother Carl and I would be honored to help you in any way you may need it. Would love to bring you lunch sometime.
Oh, thank you very much. And I'll let you know because I would love to have it done.
Oh, Patty Funk. I love Patty.
Oh,
Patty is one
Patty.
of my, so my Aunt Tootie, okay, so you know Glenn. Do you know that Glenn's my cousin?
No.
Oh, Glenn is one of my favorite cousins. You know my Aunt Tootie, Dolores Hurd, Glenn's mom. Have you met her?
Oh,
She's
yes,
going to be there that
yes,
day.
Yes.
So my Aunt Tootie is my godmother.
Oh.
And so Glenn, who was one of his best friends,
Oh.
Glenn and Dolores or Aunt Tootie, Patty Funk, they're best friends.
Oh, I met them. I think over one day. What it was some function.
Pueblo.
Yeah, Pueblo outside.
We all come back to Pueblo, don't we? That's he would say, meet me at Pueblo.
Glenn's inheriting Manny.
Glenn what?
Glenn's inheriting Manny.
Oh, Glenn's inheriting
Oh,
Manny.
I know.
Oh, I
Thank
love
goodness.
that. Is he going to put him in a golf cart and drive him around?
He's gonna put him on top of his garage.
In Florida?
No, here.
Oh, here.
Here.
Okay,
Oh,
good.
Flat roof he has.
Patty, love you, Babs. Great to see you and Monica having a great time.
Thank you.
We're having a good time together for sure. Okay. Rose, Babs. Brian helped me when I was thinking about taking a stray dog home. I was undecided. He said, life is short. Get the dog. She turned out to be the best dog. Thank you, Monica, for letting us get to know Babs. Babs, bring a pen that day. I asked you on the show when we did the show a couple weeks ago if you've ever been asked for your autograph.
No, I haven't.
Make it happen, folks, on May 31st.
I'll do it, of course.
Selfies, pictures,
Right.
maybe bring the
Listen.
ring light, do
Right.
the thing.
Hey, who knows where it's going to go from here?
Julie Lawman. This is pure Brian fashion. Everybody getting together, celebrating
She's right.
exactly how
She's
he
right,
would
Julie.
like everybody to remember him celebrating his life with everybody getting together. I wish I could be there from Charleston, South Carolina.
Oh,
Hey, Julie, can I come and visit you in Charleston because I love Charleston?
Yeah, I do too. She watches every week.
In Charleston?
Yep.
So what's your Tide Lewis, by the way? I cannot wait to see all the videos and pictures. Julie, my husband surprised me for our fifth anniversary. So we got engaged in Franklin, Tennessee. Have you ever been to Franklin?
No.
Oh, love it. It's just about 30 minutes outside of Nashville. And so I was like, I don't know where we're going, but we drive in and I'm like, oh, we're going to Nashville. And he's like, well, yeah, we're going for the night. So we go, we have a great dinner, and then we get up. He's like, we got to go again, right? And then he takes me to Charleston. Have you been to Charleston? Mm-hmm. Charleston, I went to Charleston. Charleston, South Carolina is just the most quaint and just beautiful, classy area.
It is.
Then we went to where? Chattanooga? Then we went to Chattanooga,
yeah.
and then we came home. It was a phenomenal anniversary. But Charleston, by the way, Julie, we love that. Michelle says, hi, Babs and Monica. Michelle Cardosi.
Hi, Michelle.
Jim Ripper, as I used to do for Brian with a monthly text check-in, I told Babs I intend to do the same with her.
And he does. He did this week.
Oh, and a periodic flower delivery is in her future again. You got more flowers coming.
Oh, thank you.
Julie says, I used to run the Haven. Brian used to do a show, too, at the Haven.
He did. And I went twice with him there. And he was doing a show with Gordo, as he called it.
Gordo.
And it was really fun for me to watch because I never got a chance to get in, watch him do a show live in the place.
Okay.
And it was just terrific. And he would talk about anything. It came in here, went out there, and Gordo was great with him because he anchored him.
The best shows, by the way, this is what I've always tried to teach people. Like I'm trying to consult like the younger generation now as they're getting into the business we were in. Yeah. They would be so strict and can you give us an outline? Can you tell us questions? Can we give you answers in the questions? I'm like, well, that sounds boring.
Well,
what a boring show.
And that's exactly what he taught me.
Yeah.
Because I would be the first one to list. What, wouldn't I?
Jeff was like,
the question. But he was saying, just let it go.
See? This is how it should be.
And it was great. I loved it.
That's what people want. That's real life. Yeah. Ted Teslowski. Here is a link to the past B&B show clips to watch and share. Perfect. Thank you for putting that in there.
Hi, Ted. I'm so glad you're watching.
Look at the comments by, and I also want to go over, I think it was Kenny. Was it Kenny Strode earlier that was trying to type? Kim Eberly says, I cannot wait. Kenny, yes, said, hi, Babs and Monica. Hi, everybody. We love you all. Again, you got to get together and let's just share crazy, amazing memories of Brian McKenna on McKenna Day. So can we say this? Because we were talking about a portion of the proceeds going to some of his favorite charities. Do we know which ones they're going to be split between? Still working on that?
Hero Network.
St. Louis Hero Network, of course. Backstoppers. Again, big.
Oh,
supporter of our
Absolutely.
first responders, which makes my husband
Oh
happy.
well, I'm deaf on it. I just back them to the hilt.
Yep.
I want them to have everything. I want them to get more money.
Yep.
I want them to get families. They can move into the city. I don't want them to have to travel for 40. I love them.
Yes.
And District 2 is here, and they're good. They're good with us. They're
Absolutely.
very good.
Well, he loved the first responders. He loved children. He loved animals. I mean, he loved everybody, right? I mean, he didn't need a stranger.
He did.
By the time he was done, everybody was like best friends.
Yeah, that's right. He was.
So, all right. I guess we'll wrap up soon. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice here. So, as we wrap up, and hey, we could probably go on for hours. We've got 81 of you still on.
How long have we been on?
We've been on an hour and 20 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, you still got topics. I'm not going to. We got more wine. I'm still waiting on my dirty martini. It's like I don't have the ingredients. I need vodka. I want you to try one of these peppers, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Let me get the juice off of it. So Maggie's given us some green hearts about his Irish tradition. Thank you. Look at, we've got all of our friends here. All right, don't drop that on you. It's got spice and sweet.
All right.
It is you and a pepper. The parade.
Oh, damn.
You, damn it. She
Oh,
said,
no.
damn it.
Look.
Look at it, ruin it. Jim says the whoa. This is like a when Harry met Sally moment.
Where do we get it?
Right there. You got a whole bowl of them.
Where do we buy them?
Shucks.
Oh my God.
Deerbergs.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my
Can
goodness.
you give us more of those O's?
Oh.
Whoa.
They're terrific.
No. The deer sausage is good. The peppers,
And
you all love
a
that.
great compliment to that.
The parade in his honor was absolutely the best ever. I agree, Jim. It was amazing. Susie Seriati.
Yeah.
What a day of celebration this will be with all of Brian's closest friends. Brian used to do a show at Lynch Street Bistro. Oh gosh, I remember that place. When I bartended with Mike Claiborne. It was a great show. Dave.
I'm going to have
You have to go?
go to the.
Do you think I can do this solo? I don't know if I can do this.
I bet you can.
All right, you do that. We're not going to wrap up. We still got more to go.
Oh, yeah.
Dave said, and he was on his relationship sobriety journey too. Yeah, I know, right? Watch that. Hold on, Babs. We don't want you to get. Look at you, lift it up. So, yeah, I will tell you this: when Brian was on my show, which was about a year and a half ago. If you all haven't seen that show, by the way, be sure to go back on YouTube and just type in Brian McKenna, Monica Adams, and watch that show. It was such a powerful show. That's okay. Yeah, it's good. Oh, sorry. So Babs will be back. She said, and I quote, "I gotta go whiz." Can we just be real? And I'm going to drop it because now it makes sense. I am going to drop the funniest reel that I have made yet of my mom and I. If you watched yesterday's Wet Your Whistle, which, by the way, I welcome each and every one of you that watched Brian, watch every morning, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. If you can't watch live, the beauty is streaming allows us to have the show there. Maybe you watch YouTube and follow me on YouTube because exactly what Brian wanted for the world is exactly what I want. More kindness. That's the greatest thing that you can be in life is to be kind. So I would welcome all of you, and I would love to figure out something that you still see Babs. Maybe we start a segment and I check in with her virtually. Whatever we need to do. If you have ideas. So my mom yesterday is doing my Wet Your Whistle Wednesday, which we do on Wednesdays at 4:00. We sit back and so they did their thing on Thursdays at 4. I would do this Wednesday at 4. It was spontaneous because our sponsor, which is Defense Ridge Vineyards, he couldn't do it. So at 3:22, my mom and I drive up to Schnucks. We grab a bunch of stuff for a charcuterie platter because, by the way, that is a Lunchable for adults, correct? And minus the Capri Sun, we get wine. That is exactly what that is, wine and charcuterie. So we come back, it's 3:45. Somehow we got onto you at 4:00. I don't know how it happened, but we're going along and my mom burps and she's like, "Oh, excuse me." And I'm laughing so hard. I'm like, "You just burp." And then I talk about this and I'm like, "Can you go there? I'm going to tease you with this because I'm not going to tell you what happened, but it came out the other end." And then we talk about it and this reel will be put together and I'm going to drop it. So my husband didn't even see this. No. Come on, Jim, don't go off on her. You all know it's real. I'm going to turn this. Oh, shit. All right. He went like this.
You're unplugged now.
It's okay. We're all charged up. And we're all charged up, literally. He was like this. Her mom used to do it. Can't help it when I'm gonna let's ask Babs when she comes back. If it just happens, and you know what, you get to a point where you don't ask for forgiveness anymore. It's okay. Yeah, we got enough juice. We got enough juice. So look, my mom just laughs now because all you can do is say, I'm sorry. It keeps coming out, and I told her sphincter got too loose. So yes, chaos in the background, Carol says, but it's true. You get older and then things just happen and you just live. Don't they say this? You have babies in diapers and then you end your life the exact same way. Babies and young children, they don't care anymore. They say what they want, they do what they want, and they wear diapers. And as we get older, it's the same thing that happens. Judy Keene, thank you so much for doing this show, Monica. We all miss Babs. I was told by Brian I can't tell any of the stories I have about him. I promise to keep them secret. So you can tell them. You can tell us. We won't tell anybody. Yes, the relationship sobriety journey. Let's go back to that, Dave. Have a seat, Babs.
I will.
I was trying to introduce him to someone, and he's like, honestly, Monica, I'm just not. I'm just a handful. I'm not going to date anybody. Dawn's laughing probably at my mom and her farting. And I'm going to make that into a reel. I'm telling you. You don't ask for permission. You beg for forgiveness, Dave said. Brian loved talking about poop. I know he did.
Not one show went by that we didn't have the potty talk.
Well, he would have loved my show yesterday with my mom because my mom burped. And then I'm like, can we just do this? Mom, come on. You saw it? See? Yes, I'm turning that. It's going to be a reel. And she goes, Monica, she's like, make fun of yourself. I'm like, I do. Self-deprecating humor is like the best. But I'm like, Mom, be honest. You get up and it's... And she's like, stop. She was laughing. I was laughing. You're going to laugh. It might be the funniest reel I'll ever put out there. Were you crying, laughing at home?
I was. I said, my God, this is fabulous. I love her.
Because it's real.
Yeah. Right.
Her mom used to do it. And I remember when I was a little girl and my grandma would get up from the couch and I was like... Now, there's a woman on Instagram, and she's like, girl, don't say that you don't fart in front of your husband, okay? And she's like, and if you don't, something's going on in your body because you're keeping it all in. She's like, me? I let it rip. She's like, in fact, I'm a crop duster. That's what started the conversation.
There wasn't a moment. I kept saying, not today. I would say, no sex talk.
No sex
please,
talk.
No, and they never did, except once. And then I said, please, no potty talk. I can't stand it. And I finally, in the last show, I said, I give up. I can't. And I would say, no, F you.
Yeah.
I said, none of that. And he said to me, oh, you use it. And I said, that's because I've given up.
I've given up. It was the Fuster Club.
It was the Fuster Club.
Which my friend Jenny, by the way, found this lady, and I sent it to Stephanie. This woman makes these signs, and wasn't there, I'm going to say a cock. Wasn't there a cock, right? There was a rooster and a chicken right next to it, and it said, Fuster Club. So she makes these. We need to get you one, by the way.
Said,
Welcome to the Fuster Club.
Oh, that's great.
Which is what he would say regularly, right? Let's see. Everybody's laughing now. I'm telling you, Patty's cracking up. Well, Patty, you know my mom. So now if my mom's at home, she's like, Monica's telling people I fart. It's real. You know we all do. What the heck?
It is the truth.
Yeah. The more real we can be. There it is. Yeah, let's show that. So here it is, because this is what Brian would always talk about.
Oh.
Welcome to the Fuster Club.
That's right.
So here it is, everybody. This woman makes these signs. We don't know who she is, and we're not making any money off of this. We just look. All right, this is not my sponsor, but you need this right here. Welcome to the Fuster Club. That's what it was.
I love it.
And right, Carol. Everybody poops.
That's right.
Okay, how many times did Brian talk about porn and how he would pull you in, and you didn't even know he was pulling you into it? Because you were like, I did that, and he was like, you did porn. That's the show that makes me laugh.
And I said, but I never did. I never did. And he would say, oh, come on, give me a break. And I would say, no, I never did. I said, Annie and I we order food together. And every week we wait for the Schnucks ad, and I call it food porn.
And he was up there going, Debbie's doing Della.
That's right. And I said, I don't need porn, thank you.
Or edibles.
That's right. Or edibles.
I'm high on life. Oh, look, Aunt Tootie's on. You girls are too much. So that is
There
Glenn's
it
mom.
is. Yeah, thank you.
So you're coming, right? Everybody. All right. Everybody, stop. Everyone, stop. You all are going to show up. Not coming. Everybody is going to show up.
Is that what the 18? Is that what the 18 inches?
Oh, there we go. There we go.
That is becoming unreal. The 18 inches are making you come. I said, Brian, show up at some point. That is it, right there. That is it.
And you know, I had a friend in
My stomach hurts. This is the best ab workout you can have.
Boston would say I was a witty bitch.
Your friend in Boston would call you a witty bitch?
He said, because I could do it, I would make something out of nothing. And actually,
That's what brought you and Brian together, I bet you.
And made something. I don't know what it was.
It was better than the chaos of the news and the negativity of the news.
That's
any
why
day.
we did it, by the way. We didn't.
I know. Look, it's why I left the news. I mean,
that's right.
Rose, my husband just asked me, "Where's dinner?" I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" Babs and Monica are on.
Who was that?
Look at Rose Presley. Her husband's like, "Where's dinner?" Make your own. I'm watching this show. Carol, Ken with a K is jealous because he wants a shout out Ryan used to do. Okay, well, Ken with a K, we just shouted you out. Judy Keene, let them eat cereal. Dave Anthony, the 90-minute giggles have arrived. You would think that we were drunk. This is my first glass of wine. All right, my stomach hurts. You all love that right there.
Because we're laughing.
Martini mixes.
Yeah.
You say, but isn't this wonderful?
Yes, this is how life is supposed to be.
Really,
And this is what, by the way, this is what Brian would want for you. So, okay, let's ask about this. There's a bunch of shirts that people have been to wear that day. I know Pueblo Solis had a shirt that says "Meet me in Pueblo." Are those available?
Those are all sold out.
They're all
as of
sold
right
out.
now, we're not getting another batch.
Okay.
Maybe in the near future, but as of right now,
So maybe
all
keep
is
checking
gone.
in. All is
Yes.
gone.
Yes.
What about the other ones that have been made?
They can get a South City Sporting Goods online still.
South City Sporting Goods online. You can order them online and then pick them up, or they're shipping, or what's happening?
Either or.
Either or. Okay, and what do those say?
Your vibe attracts your tribe.
Your vibe attracts your
Brian
tribe.
McKenna Day.
And then yours says
ours says your vibe attracts your tribe
And
in
meet
the
me-
corner, and then the back says
Yeah.
meet me at Pueblo.
Yeah.
"Meet me in Pueblo," which you always would say. Let's see. Nancy Basler, girls, cheers to a great show. Well, I'm glad
Thank you, Nancy.
I'm glad you've enjoyed. Have you enjoyed the show?
Oh, I have. I could go on forever.
Well, look, I agree. We don't have to wrap up. We got deer sausage and crackers
That's right.
and peppers that you were dropping on your dress and
With the
some
drop
wine.
and-
Did we open this wine, by the way, yet?
Nope.
Okay, let's
Are we
open it.
are we gonna
So,
do- are we
can-
gonna do the thing outside?
Yeah, I'm going to show that.
My friend texted me that was the best. Dropped the pepper.
Drop the
Oh, I
pepper.
did.
She did. Look, and I even gave you a napkin
I
not to drop it.
know.
So, if you
and
even
there
had a
goes.
sip of wine, was that a bad thing?
Yeah, it is.
Even a sip.
Yeah, it is.
I brought a really nice bottle of wine. Okay, all of these people here are going to tell you how great it is.
Okay. Okay.
It makes her sad. She wants wine.
I know.
I do. But I
So
can't.
she can't even
Because
have a sip.
it's not worth what happens.
No,
to me
it-
afterwards.
No, I don't want that. So
But I could sip it.
you
Can
can
I-
have a sip?
I'll just.
No, that's what I'm asking. All right, I just want her to taste
I'll
this.
just take a taste.
Okay, so we're gonna let her have a taste of this, and then I'm gonna share this because
So what is it I'm drinking?
you are gonna drink a bottle of Trefethen Reserve Cabernet, which is amazing. So do y'all see? There it is. Let me get it right there. The golf cart. There's Brian's golf cart
Yeah, yeah.
that he loved. That he would drive around. I mean, I love one of the one of the videos
One of the
that I
Christmas-
watched. He's like, "I'll be back,"
Yeah,
and then he went by Mom's Deli,
yeah.
which
Yeah.
is reopening, right? Where?
By Dairy Queen on Hampton.
By Dairy Queen on Hampton, for all of you that didn't know that. Can you post the shirts that are available? A picture of them?
South City what?
South City
Sporting
Goods. Is
South
that right,
City.
Steph? South City Sporting Goods? Well, you know what? Do we have a picture that I can show
If you
with a
go
cell
down-
phone?
Go down to my bedroom on the right-hand side.
You have one?
I've got the two.
I need a
If you
shirt.
look on the pile of clothing, they should be near the top.
Dave said Brian is definitely in that room and participating. I know, right?
Oh, hey,
So-
listen. But we're taking him.
That's right. We're
got
carrying
him.
you, Brian.
We're
There
taking
is the
this.
shirt, by the way. Jim, you wanted to know your Viber text your tribe here, McKenna Day 2025. So again, South City Sporting Goods. Did you post the link in there, Jenny? Yeah. So okay, this is the sip.
Just a little, huh?
Okay, hang on. I'm gonna down this.
It's only one. What the hell?
Okay, can you do me a favor? Can you tag Trefethan? Because
Yeah, 1 sec. We're gonna try to get this shirt for them.
okay, we're gonna get the shirt. So
Yeah, actually want more in there.
you want a little bit more than that?
No, I'll take this.
Just
away.
that.
I'm fine.
All right.
Goodbye.
Everybody, grab a drink. We're gonna do another toast.
Yeah.
We lost him too soon, but the greatest way that you can honor the man that has brought us all together is by living your life a whole other level. We ask you to be kind, to give back to the world. Whatever you have, the greatest richness you can have in life. I don't care about the money that you have, because nobody remembers the money.
No.
They remember time spent together.
And they remember what you said to them.
You said and how you made them feel.
That's how you made them
My
feel.
friend,
There you go.
toast to you. Toast to you.
It's nice. Oh, no.
Now, here, have some more,
I'm
dear.
sad.
Oh, no.
No. Oh, so good.
We got to get her an apple. And then
Oh,
we
this
also.
is really good.
There we go. So everybody enjoy. Let's see. So there was the shirt. Brian's definitely in the room. Michelle, since I won't be able to make it back to the STL that day, I will be sporting my shirt here in Colorado. I love that. Take some pictures, by the way. Make sure you post it all over. Chris said, thank you for the show. I have missed the laughter. Julie Lauman said, I hope we can see you ladies do this more often. Hey, you know what? Look, let's make it happen.
Yeah.
But look, we've got to get you from a technology standpoint.
Oh,
I'll teach you. And if I can get you to join me on a show through a virtual segment and we just do something together, we'll talk about it, folks. I'm going to make it happen. You want that to happen? We'll make it happen.
write it down.
Jerry, write it down. Wish I could be there. I will be in the spirit. Hey, as long as that happens, I know it will be a good party. So thank you. Jenny just tagged what we're drinking, by the way. Trefethan, little Cabernet. Kim Eberly says, I cannot wait. We can't wait for you to
Did
be
you
here.
find them?
It's not the one that's for sale that she has.
Oh, okay.
So by the way, when did it switch from the Brian and Bab show to the Bab and Brian show?
Well, sorry.
Dave said, yes, make it happen. Make the regular. All right, we will. It will be Babs and Monica. Because
Well,
it's
you know
got to be
something?
Babs first.
That was a load of bullshit because I said to him, no, it's the Brian and Bav show good. Oh no, he said, because you're definitely the star. And I said, give me a break. He was still the star. He just did it. It was gratuitous.
Yeah. It was respect and kindness.
Right, sure. Yeah.
So did you all see the picture of the set that Brian wanted moving forward? It was awesome. And by the way, he got the seating from Sister Sandwich Shop, which is affiliated with Espresso Yourself Coffee House, which is owned by Jules Karaginis
Right, that's right.
and Tracy Calabro, sisters. They now have a lot of those sandwiches that they sell on
And
the
they're
coffee
so
side.
good.
Do you know my husband does coffee talk with the girls every other week?
You do?
Oh yeah, he goes and gets his hair cut by the.
Can I go?
Who? Oh, you want to go and cut his hair?
I would love it.
I would love it. Jim's getting run over here. Easy, girls. He's getting his hair cut by the same woman that cut his hair from. Wait for it. How old were you? 11 or 12 years old in South City. Antonina. Shout out to Antonina.
Good for her.
Yeah. So look, when he was 12, his mom made him go get his hair cut by a beautician. And he was like, I'm so embarrassed. What?
No.
Oh, okay. It's true, right?
Yeah, it's true.
Okay. But her spot at the place where she cut hair was right by the window where his friends could walk by and see him.
Oh, that's bad.
Right? So here's the deal.
That was bad.
He's supposed to go get his hair cut and he doesn't show up. So Antonina calls his mother and he's not here. She goes and finds him. Where were you, good friends? The angry Italian mother goes and takes him, probably rings him by the ear, brings him in to sit down, and he was like, can you take me, cut my hair to the back so my friends don't come by and see me?
Well, you know, my children, I loved a haircut. mad about a haircut. And so my father was even more mad about a haircut. And so he would take, when I would drop the kids off with him, he would take them a haircut. And it would be a boy's cut. And so Christopher said to me one day, Mom, please don't let Grampy take us for a haircut, please. And it was an Italian barber.
I just think it's amazing that here we are all these years later, from 12 years old on, the same woman cutting his hair.
Well, I had one for 35 years in Boston, and I had the same hair. Yeah.
Can we talk about her hair, by the way? Isn't she fabulous?
She is.
So look, so do you know, because we talked about Pink, or he talked about Pink, right? Coming back with Pink's haircut. So Pink, do you know that she's a winemaker?
Yeah, I did know that.
Oh, dang it. I was going
love
to teach you
Pink.
something.
I love her.
She's amazing, isn't she? Have you ever seen her?
Yeah. No, I have
concert?
not live, but I think she is fabulous.
She says that she sings better upside down than right side.
She does. But I think she's kind.
She wants a lot for the world.
I really believe this.
Her wine, by the way, is called Two Wolves.
Yeah.
And when you take the cork out, it's got this little stick figure kid thing that her kid drew.
Oh,
that she has on the cork.
I think it's great.
And her wine is really good, by the way.
Oh, okay.
You can't get it in the store, so don't try. But if you want to tag her, because Pink, I'm asking for you to come on the show. I've been asking and asking and asking.
Yes,
I will get in silks with you.
Right.
I'll get upside down with you.
Upside down.
Let's make this happen. Yeah. Alicia, that's your real name.
Oh, she's
Pink.
Fabulous.
She's incredible, by the way. And her wine. No, so seriously, she is. I'm not just saying, you know how celebrities put their name on a bottle of alcohol?
Yeah.
No, she actually is a winemaker.
Yeah.
In Santa Barbara, in California. And the wine's amazing. My favorite's called Group Song. You can get on to Two Wolves and put yourself on the list, and it's like a lottery. Like they'll pick you to possibly be able to get your allocation. But a lot of people are like, why doesn't she sell in the stores? I don't know. It might happen sometime.
Why?
I'm not going to forget the STDs. It's coming.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa. The STDs will show up.
Finish talking STDs.
Rosie, Monica asked Jim if that is the same place his Aunt Karen got her hair done. Oh, yes.
There it is.
Do you know Rosie Pass?
Pardon?
Do you know Rosie Pass?
Yes.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Okay.
Everybody knows Rosie.
I don't know Rosie. Do I know Rosie?
No, you do not.
She works for me.
Oh, she works for you? Oh, did you know that? Rob, hey, what? Don't start. This is her show. My husband just did this as if you have to wrap up. He went like this.
Oh, he did that the last time.
Calling you out.
She is.
It's okay,
Simmer down,
Jim.
please,
It's
man.
okay.
She said it's okay, Jim. Okay, Rob Rollins. Wish I would have tuned in sooner. This is fun. Brian would love it and be laughing out loud. Hi,
Rob.
Babs and Monica. So, Rob, here's the cool thing. Now can go back and you can watch it all. So even if you tuned in late. I did her nails for 20 plus years, Rosie said. Yep. You know all that? Okay. All right, fine.
No.
Let's do the STDs. Shit to do in St. Louis. Jenny went and found all this for me. Oh, look, it just came in. You guys, that's the technology here. Rob said, hi, Babs.
He said,
Hi,
you're
Rob.
almost done. I'll let you have it now.
Yeah. Okay. Here's events and attractions going on if you're in our immediate area. I know some of you are watching from Southern California, might be watching from other areas. And share like crazy. Like and follow the page so you get notified when we go on, because evidently this is going to become a thing. So Saturday, Point Fest, featuring The Urge, Toadies, and more at Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. Do they say 311? Or is it right?
Yeah, that's what
The
it said.
Urge used to be Steve from Steve's Hot Dogs, by the way.
Oh, really?
He was the singer of The Urge, yeah.
Oh.
Spring Tour 25, an evening with Dark Star Orchestra. U City Farmers Market in the Park. Ooh, I like supporting farmers markets.
Yeah.
Various events and concerts at the Factory, Old Rock House, Tin Roof. Hey, we have to do Tin Roof. What? What is up with my audience?
Come on, guys.
Look at my husband doesn't even do.
No, I know who
Do it.
I know who it is. I can't think of the name of the band. B-52s?
But you know, after you.
Rusted.
Thank you,
Is that what they
Rusted.
said?
Rusted.
That's what they said.
Think about a tin roof rust. I know you all shouted it at home. You're like, they just left her hanging. What the heck? Tom Segura come together at the Fox Theater. I think Tom's a comedian. Right? Exhibits at the St. Louis Art Museum, including the Roaring Art, Fashion, and the Automobile in France.
Yeah.
1918 to 1939.
Yeah.
By the way, that's been ongoing. And Faith Berger, shout out to Faith. She did when you came in studio, that beautiful blue painting.
Yes.
That's from Faith.
Yeah.
And she was featured at this event that they have. It's so, shout out to her.
Great.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were trying to get my attention. Grounded in clay, the spirit of Pueblo pottery, and In Search of America photography and the road trip. So go to the St. Louis Art Museum. And then on Sunday, the St. Louis Scottish Games and Cultural Festival. I've never gone to that, but I have Scottish heritage in me. I'm Irish and Scotch-Irish.
Oh, are you? Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
And I need to go to these because I hear it's a lot of fun. Busch Stadium may have a Cardinals game. May. Do they?
Why?
Skyline dinner cruise. And then, oh, I love it. I was just asking if anybody went to this. Shakespeare in the Park. They're doing Hamlet.
Oh.
That's super cool. I haven't been to that in a long time. Yeah, Dave, thank you. Didn't leave me hanging. He said rusted. Tin roof. All right. We're going to wrap up.
Okay.
She was like, we could keep going.
Come back again.
Well, wait. What is the record? 2 hours? You're leaving us?
Yes. I have to go to Pueblo.
She's got to go serve up a
Goodbye.
dirty martini
Thank
and
you,
some margaritas.
Mama.
I love you.
Bye.
Thank you.
All right. So I think 2 hours was your longest.
Of course.
We're going to let you guys have the record.
We got you, babe.
No, it's 1 hour and 45. We're going to let you two have the record because you
all
should.
right. Did we do 2 hours?
Somebody said you did. Did they do? Well, you've at least done 1 hour and 45 because I've seen it.
Oh, we have. Oh, yeah. Oh, we have.
All right, everybody, I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm glad that we were able to make this happen. Share like crazy for all that couldn't get a chance to see it, or like Rob said, oh my gosh, I tuned in late. The great thing is, in 30 days, unfortunately, Facebook is going to take it away, but YouTube, it will hopefully last forever and ever. Instagram, as soon as we wrap up, unfortunately, it goes away. LinkedIn may be there for a while. X, I love you all. Stop being voyeuristic and talk more. Find your voice. I'm going to let you have the final words. What do you want to say to the community that wanted you to do this, that worried about you, that cared about you, and wanted to see you one last time?
I miss you all, and I loved you all. I did. Every single one of you. I just loved it. And your vibe attracts your tribe.
Boom! We love you all. Don't forget Brian McKenna Day. Coming up on the 31st. Danny said, well done. Thanks for sharing the memories. Here you go. Don't forget to show up. Love you all.